This is A to Z, episode 123.
Today's guest is Will Young.
That's a keeper.
It's like they're trying to be too meta.
We're gonna make them an offer they can't refuse.
Much better.
Yeah. You can
I buy you a drink? You can just not
well, I mean, he did pick out somebody we know.
Will you sidestep the question? That technology does not exist.
I'm your host, Zach. I'm here with my co-host, Aaron. What up? Welcome to A to Z Podcast, where we sit down with folks that make Southeast Texas a better place to live.
And if you're new to the show, thank you for checking us out. A to Z can be found on all major podcast platforms.
And if you like what you hear, text us at 409-206-2971. That's 409-206-2971. We love to hear it.
Absolutely love to hear from you guys. Always an engaged audience is the best audience. And you know what? We're back. This is the triplet. The three-timer. The three-timer, Mr. Will Young. It is a hat trick. He was one of our very first guys.
Beta,
beta
episode.
He's beta 1, beta 2, something like that. Anyway, he was one of those guys that came in whenever we were in Zach's kitchen and just gave us all of his attention, gave us all of his knowledge, and we'll be ever grateful for it.
No, it was great, dude. Like he did the whole Bethlehem Star thing the other night, and he had like 10,000 people watching his live stream.
No, yeah.
And he has over 100,000 followers on TikTok. Like, he's grown so much since we first had him on the show, and
he's
so
the
awesome
DeepSkyDude. He's all about the stars.
And this one is also, we're going to basically do a watch along. He has a lot of videos on his page on YouTube, so we just pull it up. We watch a bunch of videos that he put out and talk about, telescopes they use and everything like that. Also, amateur pilot crashes.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
It's a good time. Science talk, crash talk, all around good time. So let's just get into the episode with the three-timer, the champ, Will Young.
I'm not going to pay $3,000 for their top-tier mic either.
Honestly,
That's the one I'm getting next right there.
Oh, the Shure?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
That should be their slogan.
Are you sure or not? Yeah.
With their moans, groans.
Shout out to CBS this morning, Saturday.
Hollywood's mummies have always given
Great underrated movie series, by the way. Brendan Fraser in those first two
Absolutely.
movies, excellent series.
The third one's actually really good, too.
Really?
Shut your mouth. Yeah, it has Jet Li in it, dog.
That's the voice of Nessie
What?
Moon, an Egyptian priest who lived 3 Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Moon's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
I'm sampling that and using that on the next record.
I hope you do.
You got to do like it's aliens.
It's going to be called Squawk
I
Like
hope
an
you do.
Egyptian,
Yeah.
though.
Squawk like an Egyptian.
Eh.
In his coffin,
It sounds like a Minecraft villager. Just,
How did they get the sound out of the I mean, did someone blow into
Yeah,
it?
someone
Yeah,
pushed
it was
air
like
through it, I'm sure,
Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, okay, so they just
Yeah.
sampled.
They just pushed
yeah.
air through the vocal cords.
Oh, God, y'all are gross.
Oh, yeah, well.
News people are
And here we are doing
News
the same
people.
thing.
Yeah, we're reacting to their reaction.
Yeah, that's welcome to
to
the
the
end
show.
times. Welcome again.
Yeah, man.
Will
welcome.
Young,
This is
back.
amazing.
Yeah.
DeepSkyDude, Will Young.
It's changed in here every time I've been in here, which is
For the better, right?
oh no, it's awesome. I feel like I mean these lights are I shouldn't have looked directly into them.
No,
It's
I mean
way
you
too
should
bright.
you should know better than that.
I should, yeah.
You should know better than to directly look.
Well,
Absolutely.
nothing's as powerful as the sun, though.
No.
So
Except
No.
for other suns.
And I did get a quick glance before Totality in 2017.
Oh, yeah?
And that was stupid.
I'll look at the sun.
Did it
I don't-
hurt?
I don't give a damn.
No.
Yeah.
But I did have a
Little-
that image of
You had
what
the
was
burn-
happening
the
at that
burn-in?
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like an hour,
Oh,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
oh, like is it just like
was like-
hyper concentrated or something? Like
Yeah,
what?
when your eyeball focuses on something, the light is to a focal point. That's just like a telescope or
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, you don't want to do that. Now it's coming in through the side. It's not
Wait,
as
you mean to tell me that our eyes are optics?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I think that in the thing that you see upside down,
Yeah.
and
Your brain flips it.
brain
Flips
does
it.
the work for you,
Mhm.
which is quite odd.
I mean, there's a lot of things that your brain does without you recognizing. You know, most people don't even know that you hallucinate on the average of 18 times a day.
Wow.
Like little visions on the side.
It could be things in your periphery. It's also auditory hallucinations are more common than visual hallucinations. Yeah. We just
that explains a lot.
Our brain is constantly reaching out and trying to like grasp the physical world.
Also fears and anxieties.
Yeah,
and like,
there's a lot of hallucinations. Yeah, and just like it takes control of things without you even knowing. Yeah.
So
the brain is a powerful
Are we
thing.
really piloting these meat ships, or are we just along for the ride?
Neuroscience says maybe not. You know, I mean, that's what their free will is an illusion. That the choices you make in life, the things that you are attracted to, the things that you like, you like beer over, whiskey. The reasons you do that is because of your brain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you really don't get a say in that.
And your brain is determined by your genes.
Yeah, it's like, why do you like the color blue? Objectively, why do you like the color blue? And you're like, well, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure that there's some personality that's inside that. I'm sure not everything is determined by your genes. Some things are probably determined by early life experience and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So
it's a complicated thing, man. Our brains are. I mean, like I said, it's an insane thing that we got floating in our head here, and it allows us to, do things like astronomy and figure out what ancient Egyptian kings sounded like by blowing into their vocal cords. I wonder what note that is. It sounds like an E flat or something.
It's flat. It's flat as hell. Whatever it was.
I'll sample it. I'll sample it and then we'll put it on the keyboard and we can play
like
Mad World
DJ
with.
Well, we kind of thought what we're gonna do since we started with that weirdness is we're gonna do like a YouTube episode with because we'd like to we'll look at videos and just kind of bounce around and see, but we figured we start with something you've been doing on your page. You've been because not really anybody can get out because of COVID, so we're doing a lot of Zoom interviews and talks and hangouts. And you've been doing like these things where you watch video that you captured from other star parties and things like that. And I remember watching it and being like, I had so many questions, but y'all couldn't keep up with the chat because there's so many people in these chats. Like y'all always have like a huge viewership.
You're blowing up, dog.
And so I figured we'd do something like that because like we can watch this compilation of your star party and we can be like, what does that telescope do? Or like who's that guy?
Yeah.
Or, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So we're gonna just kick it off. If you want to go to YouTube, you can find it. We're gonna have some of this footage in here as long as you give us permission.
Oh, absolutely.
For the YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. You gotta say it.
I give you YouTube permission to not flag them or something.
As long as it doesn't have.
I got flagged the other day from one of my own videos.
I was about to say, as long as it doesn't have like Beatles music in it or something, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Which is funny because I opened one of the star parties with my cover of a Beatles song because all it did that year was rain. So I did rain.
So who had the drone? Was that your drone?
That's me, yeah.
You had a drone?
Yeah,
I
do all the drone work in my videos.
Good.
Looks real good.
Thank you.
That's like 4K and shit.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's a
good.
Mavic. It's the first gen Mavic. So I bought it when it first came out. I had the old Phantom.
Yeah, the old Phantom. Yeah,
when those came out. I got them just after the GoPro, years where it had an actual GoPro on it. It wasn't gimbaled. It was just a horrible thing. And
they've learned a lot in the last few years about
that Mavic is insane. I mean, you can see what it can do. And
you still have it?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
need to borrow it from you sometime.
Yeah, I have a lot of hours on that airframe. I've flown over 1 million feet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. How's when are you going to get back to flying?
That's coming back slowly. I'm actually done with the FAA requirements for what I needed. That was me. Yeah, I usually like to try to make a cameo in these things, but I should finish that at the end of this year.
Really?
All I got to do is take the test.
Really? You'll have your actual license.
Yeah.
You'll have a private plane license.
And then you can
how many
fly
years?
other people's
How many years
crafts.
are you looking at now? Like 2 or 3?
It's been 2 since I started training.
Wow.
And I could have finished it a long time ago. You can
Very
finish
cool.
it in 2 months if you want.
Wow, that seems
But
if you just get all the hours, you just
got to do everything.
that seems irresponsible.
I've learned a lot in this 2 years of just chilling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
taking
like
my time,
rushing something and not like sitting with
Yeah,
you need to sit with things.
yeah, and that's how I felt. And my instructor's like, "You're ready. Just you need to like whenever you want to take the plane, just come. Like I know the gate code and like I know where the keys are and stuff. So I mean, I can literally call him and take the plane. but I can't take you guys with me.
No,
not yet.
Yeah.
But once I pass the tests,
you get your license.
So
yeah.
Each of I'm looking at like everybody has their own little tarp area there.
Yeah.
What do y'all call that?
Your setup.
Is it your lab? Can you say it's your lab?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would call mine. I'd be like, this is a lab.
It's a mobile observatory because that's what they are. You know, you're building a mobile observatory
but
in
it's
a
also,
field.
You're having to keep. One thing I'm thinking about is like why you would have that under there is that you're having to keep. Like you have a big ass glass lens that you have to
you need to keep the dust off and shit.
Yeah, keep dust off
That's
of
exactly
it.
why
You
we
want
do
a clean work environment if you have to set something down or
you typically do these star parties where there's no light pollution or little light pollution.
Right.
So here in Texas, it's the desert.
It's West Texas.
You got to go west, so this little place is the X-Bar Ranch. It's a beautiful little ranch, even if you're not into astronomy.
And it's up high too.
Yeah, it's got a little valley here. If you're not into astronomy, you should just go spend a weekend at the X-Bar.
Just to get away from everything.
Yeah, it's beautifully secluded. They have a pool in the summer.
What's the closest town?
Sonora. Or El Dorado, which is why we call it the El Dorado Star Party. Now, most of the family is from El Dorado. Do you really?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite mugs. Yeah.
Don't wash it with anything abrasive.
Yeah, we've tortured that thing. It lives in our camper, so it's barely alive at this point. But these things are fun, man. I mean, it's a group of amateur astronomers that get out.
Oh, look at that power stringer you just put out.
Yeah, we do the power.
How much power does a telescope take?
Not much.
Not much.
I
figured
at all.
It wouldn't be like a couple volts.
Everything is so balanced.
Watts.
Yeah, you can spin them with your finger.
There's not a lamp in there. Like
no.
It's just glass and maybe like some kind of motor system to turn it. Maybe.
Yeah. They all have a different style of motor system in them. All of us basically right here, we use what's called a servo cat system. And it's literally a wheel that pulls a wire, and that's how your telescope moves. So, and our telescopes move up and down, left and right.
They're so big, man.
Yeah,
that's a big piece.
My
of
buddy
glass,
is right
dude.
there, Mark Farage on the left. That's a 25-inch right there.
That's a huge piece of glass. God dang.
25-inch. Yeah.
How much is the glass is the heaviest part, right?
Yeah, his scope weighs 300 pounds. Mine's about 180.
Is that just fabric? This right here is that just fabric?
Yeah. It's what we call a light shroud.
Light?
Yeah. Kind of keeps, because these things collapse down. You watched us build them. You know, they kind of come up from nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're in pieces.
You just have to get the measurements right? Like,
well, it's
got to be
all
precise. Like,
yeah, if you're building it.
Yeah.
I didn't build it. I just bought that thing. So I just I put it together. This goes here. This goes there. You do this, and you're done. You know. But yeah, this is the lodge that's at the X-Bar. It's a beautiful ranch. Again, it's very secluded. But the skies are dark, and that's why we go there.
So is it most people like out there in little campers and stuff like that?
Yeah, we have a lot of RVers, tent campers. There's cabins. Mm-hmm. So for El Dorado Star Party, a lot of people sleep in the cabins or stay in the cabins and stuff.
Are there a lot of hikers?
Yeah,
in that scene.
Yeah, this is a great place for it.
Yeah,
because you got to do something during the day. Although I don't do shit all during the day. I wake up around noon and angrily stumble into the camper. We make coffee, make breakfast around 2.
All night, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like till dawn if it's possible. There's a few things that'll run you off, like the moon. The moon will come up late sometimes at these star parties.
It's too damn bright.
Once the moon's up, you're done.
The moon just washes everything out. The moon.
Whoa, is that a galaxy?
It's a Wolf-Rayet star. It's like a supernova remnant, basically. Yeah,
it looks like it. Yeah, wow.
Supernova remnant. Like that's what's left over after a supernova.
After a star explodes, yeah. And so this night vision astronomy stuff, like we're doing a little bit of digital night vision right here, but we also have the military grade analog night vision. And it just allows us to see things like crazily in more detail that you would never see with your eyes. So you'd only see it in a photograph ever. But with the night vision stuff that we have with the abilities attached to the telescope and stuff, like there you can see it right there. It's a military grade PVS 14.
Hey, look, there's like a comet or something.
That's a lens flare.
Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
But good eye. So you gotta be watching.
I saw it real quick.
Like
I was like, look, there's a cone shape.
You're always looking for that kind of stuff that's out of the normal.
What are you shooting this on? You're pushing the shit.
This is that digital night vision, that Psionics.
Damn.
It's the Psionics Aurora.
Yeah.
Remember the camera we're gonna take into the that place in Beaumont.
Into the things.
Yeah.
The long things.
Yeah. those things.
Those subterranean things.
Yeah, and then so sometimes at star parties, like especially at El Dorado, we usually get the World Series. So there's a lot of sports fans.
Is it a certain type of year that you have to go?
Yeah, it's October or November when the El Dorado.
So it would be around
happens.
this time.
Yeah, we're leaving next week.
Oh, it's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be a COVID star party where we're all wearing masks when we're in the lodge and stuff. There's no talks at this one. There's no giveaway at the end. There's always like a giveaway where they're not going to do that this time, obviously. And so it was funny. The story behind that is my buddy Lonnie, who is super obsessed with the Astros. There he is, right there. And we were watching, them get into the World Series, and he hit the number 4. Right before. I think it was Bergman or whoever. Hit that, which got him into the World Series.
Yeah.
And he was so mad, and me and my buddy Eddie were like mildly interested. We were just in there to take a break from the sky for a little while or whatever, and it was so funny.
Moon.
Yeah, he was so mad though, and that was such a funny moment.
Look at that! Look at that! Like what? I bet that looks so great just with the naked eye. Though.
Because
like that's just a video.
The camera can never show you what
you're seeing through the telescope.
There's not even close.
Yeah, it's like third-hand knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like hearing a recording from 1920.
Yeah.
Instead of being
it's
there
nothing
yourself.
like what it is, what it would be today if it was there. Yeah. So, I encourage all of you guys. Of course, you're welcome to come anytime, but get out at a star party, either like this or one closer, and look through a telescope. I mean, even if it's just at the moon, but Jupiter and Saturn will blow your mind.
I might have to see next time there's a star party out there. I'm gonna have to see if I can sync up like a camping trip with it.
Yeah,
and then I might come through for a day.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go camping.
A day or two is really like, especially around the last of it, like a Thursday, Friday thing.
Yeah,
would be a good way to do it. I do them all. Fun. I do the beginning to end, basically.
Just because. You're there. I mean, you live for that shit, man. Like that's.
I volunteer.
You're the DeepSkyDude.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
I think this star party coming up will be number 28 for me.
No.
Oh wow,
shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they're all about 10 days long. So that's like 280 days I've spent in the dark researching the sky. I've seen like 600 some odd objects that I've documented. I've probably seen a few more.
You got an award, didn't you? You got an award for documenting
several awards. Yeah, because there's an astronomical league.
There's merit, like you get merit badges for like you found 600 unique objects or something. Yeah,
well, it's
and I'm not saying that to be light,
Right. Yeah, I had there was one that was 400 objects by itself.
Yeah,
and that was its whole award. Yeah. That's called the Herschel 400.
Yeah, that's right.
William Herschel was a 18th century astronomer, I guess. The
1700s.
Late 1700s, early 1800s or so, in that era. And he was a musician, and he was just a badass dude. And him and his sister, they had this 40-inch telescope, even all the way back in those days.
40-inch,
and which is twice the size of my scope.
Yeah.
And
did they just live in an area where they could have a scope and it would work?
Well, back then there wasn't a whole lot of light pollution.
Yeah, you could do it anywhere.
Yeah, the electric light hadn't been invented or any of that. So they had. It's amazing what they found,
dude. I can't. Every time I think about that, like how there wasn't that much light pollution, it's like everybody from like the late 1800s on back got to see the most amazing sky, no matter where they were.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
No matter where they were.
When you're out there, in the middle of nowhere, and you just like tilt your head up, and you see, like the Milky Way formation for the first time, and you realize that you've been living in this weird like version of what life is.
It's kind of like standing out your front door when you're a kid, you know, and you finally see the outside world for kind of what it is, and you're like, I want to go out there.
It's like seeing the ocean for the first time, you know? Yeah, when you see like a vast, endless ocean, it's the same thing.
It is. It's an ocean of places you can't go.
And we'll never go.
Yeah.
Ocean places we'll never go.
Space just wants to kill you, you know? And luckily, we live on a planet where we don't have perpetual clouds. Luckily, we don't live in a globular cluster where there'd be so many stars around us that were so bright that we would never know that there were other galaxies. It would just constantly be a glow. They would invent telescopes on worlds like that because it's the same physics. Light would bend the exact same way.
The first time that we saw on the other side of our planet would have been amazing.
It would just be,
it
would be like a local cloud for them, but just like celestially local cloud.
It would reinforce the idea that they are the center of the universe.
Do we have very unique clouds then in the universe?
The Earth is
not so much. I mean, it's just for our climate and our air pressure
just
level.
but the clarity
pretty normal.
Like you can't really see the surface. Well, I mean, I guess you can for some planets, but the other planets are mostly like gas planets.
Yeah, all the
I'm
big
glad
stuff
we don't live
past
on
Mars
Jupiter.
is cloudy.
I'm glad we don't live on Jupiter.
Well,
That
except
would
for unless you count Pluto as a planet, which it is a planet. It's a dwarf planet,
Right.
So people are like, Pluto's still a planet. Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
It's a dwarf.
I'll always love
planet.
you, Pluto.
Is Sirius?
Well, we love Pluto.
Wait, is
It's
Sirius a
amazing.
dwarf planet?
Pluto stood for pizza in that rhyme that I had to say to remember it.
Well, it could just be my very educated mother just served us nothing.
No.
She's not very educated if she starves her
Right.
kids, though. Or it could be nachos,
Nachos.
which is delicious.
I love nachos. I like eating a whole mess of nachos.
But yeah, I mean, if we're very lucky as a species because we can look out.
Yeah.
If we couldn't look out.
Yeah, and we're also on the rim of our galaxy too. Like it's pretty clear.
Yeah, we're sort of halfway out.
Clear skies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could be in a worse area. We could be in a
could be towards the
molecular
center.
cloud,
Yeah.
which would basically darken all the distant stars.
Oh, and we just see like the sun.
And we would see maybe a few local stars.
Yeah.
And then maybe some nebulosity. We'd have like areas of the sky that would be brighter than others.
Do you think if we couldn't see the stars as clear as we did, we wouldn't have any of the associations we have with the sky and with gods and with?
I think that drove prehistoric man ultimately. Yeah,
the stars,
the movement of the
fact
sun,
that
the
we could
moon.
see the stars.
Their lives depended on it.
Yeah.
Because in the daytime, it was warm, and then the nighttime, cold came and evil stuff came out of the dark to eat you.
Mm-hmm.
No matter if you were pre-human or human, stuff was still eating us up to a few hundred years ago. So I think that drove every aspect of our culture, our art, was the movement of this stuff in the sky, which ultimately was us moving.
What if we didn't have the ability to create the constellations and stories? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
We didn't have thought or
the entire Hellenistic pantheon of gods is written in the stars.
Yeah, it's Venus.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, all the gods came from like Jupiter and Apollo and all of them. They're out there now. The Jupiter that we know of is a planet.
Then all the constellations that we have, Taurus and fucking astronomy is because of goddamn.
I drive a Taurus.
Yeah, but I mean it's and the culture of those things is kind of weird. Some of them had cross culturization. The constellations.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just arbitrary shapes in the sky.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
astrology is bullshit.
Sorry, it's connected up.
Is it?
It
though?
is. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But
where the sun was in an arbitrary
I don't know,
formation
man.
of
Every now and
stars.
then
but
it
Mercury's
matches
in Mercury's in reggaeton though. Mercury's in reggaeton, and
a broken clock is right twice a day.
But no, I don't understand this. Look, man, like I'm just letting you guys know that Mercury's in reggaeton.
We're gonna piss a lot of people
and
off.
I am in a bad mood all the time, and y'all just have to deal with it. Okay, I'm sorry.
We've been needing to have this episode for a while.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
We need to lose some fans.
we're getting too many fans in here. We gotta start edging some of y'all out.
Yeah, well, one thing I always think about with whenever it comes to like the planet and like time and how the stars have anything to do with it or anything like that. But and this is kind of off topic, but it's a science fiction thing and thinking of time travel, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I always think about is like, let's say like right now we have a time machine and we say we want to go back to 1961 or whatever. We want to go back in time to a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
The planet would you would have to find out the coordinates of where the planet would be at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like if we were right here and then we moved back to where Earth, this right here was 40, 50 years ago.
Be a long way away.
It would not be anywhere near here.
Yeah.
Like we'd be in space.
Yeah, we are all moving at a ridiculous speed right now, and we have no perception of it.
Very quick.
Yeah. On Earth, we're moving at 1,000 miles an hour, whichever way east is.
At the equator.
Yeah. But we're not moving much less up here.
Yeah.
It's about 1,000 miles an hour.
That's spinning.
Yeah.
It's only spinning.
And then
we're
also circling the sun.
We're also circling the sun.
Yeah, we're spinning, and then we're also circling the sun, which is pretty
That's
fast.
pretty fast.
It's an insane speed.
To circle the sun at our orbit in a year?
Yeah,
like
in 365 days.
Come on, dog.
I mean, we're going.
Come on, dog. That's fast.
That's fast.
Yeah.
And then the sun is moving at a ludicrous rate.
Yeah.
The sun's moving?
Oh, the sun is extremely
Is it
moving.
rotating?
Well, the sun is rotating. But
we're rotating
more
the center
importantly,
of the
for our
gravity.
movement, the sun is like flying off in one direction. Yeah. If you could speed up a galaxy, you would see that they're not just they're not only moving like this, but
the
they're
sun
moving
is
up
going
and down.
like our galaxy is going in a direction.
Well, the galaxy too. I hadn't made it out that far yet.
And the galaxy is also moving.
Because the galaxy is also hurtling itself in a direction at a percentage of the speed of light. A small percentage, but a percentage.
It's like a mobile in a baby's crib, you know?
It just makes you wonder, like, does time slow down as much, like, as like time is moving so fast outside of where we perceive it? Mm-hmm. Like, do you think ants see us as moving ridiculously fast?
That's flatland, bro.
Yeah, I think so. Probably there's a time perception difference
like,
there.
Do you think if you could see
if you
what
could get in the mind of an
atom saw, it would move just as...
Well, ants have a collective mind, but yeah.
I would think we would be our world to an atom would be very slow, like the galaxies.
Yeah,
we would almost be like right here, like we were laughing or something, and that atom lived its whole life, right?
Yeah,
because we live our whole lives and we see snapshots of the galaxies interacting, like they just went through each other a few 100 million years ago.
Yeah. Well, like,
but they're still doing that.
The supernova remnants.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, like we're seeing like can you imagine we got to see it though? Like if we had gotten to.
We've seen several supernovas. In fact, one was recorded by Native Americans.
Thank God they weren't close.
In the year 1050.
What does it look?
That's
like?
what the fire.
Star.
That's what the fire crosses in the skies are, bro.
And then it's gone.
Yeah.
So there was one. It's a nebula now, but in the year 1050.
Yeah.
Chinese astronomers.
So wait, nobody's caught it on video.
No. Yeah.
So it didn't exist.
We've caught them in other galaxies, but we've never gotten one in our galaxy, a supernova. We've gotten novas. Nova is a different thing.
Yeah.
Nova can be a star brightening.
Would we be okay?
Yeah.
We'd be okay?
We'll be all right.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
Unless
nothing
it's close.
There's one star in Sagittarius that's pointing towards us, and if it goes, it could be devastating. But that's one star in all of the stars around, you know.
That's just one. One.
And it could be off a little bit. The axis could be off.
Like it just beams.
It looks like we're looking down.
It knocks our moon out.
Yeah. If it goes off and it sprays its gamma ray burst,
then we're all dead.
The atmosphere will vaporize, unfortunately.
How fast would we die?
In like 5 minutes.
I would assume it's going to be pretty fast.
In like 5 minutes.
If your atmosphere boils away, you know. I mean, it rained like here. You know, we need that. We need that pressure.
Yeah.
Because without it, like, you know, we're kind of beings being held together by air molecules.
So like it would basically blow all our sky away.
Yeah.
The blue would be gone.
Yeah, that's mostly nitrogen anyway.
Blue would be gone.
It vaporizes everything.
The clouds would be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the sky would just be gone, and we'd be looking out into space.
Yeah. And you'd think we'd get sucked off the planet, like out of an airplane or something, but no, gravity is what's holding us.
Yeah. So we'd still be. So it'd feel the same, but it would get really cold.
You'd probably just boil through your skin.
Or get really hot.
Your blood would boil through your skin, and it'd be like being in space. I would assume.
Yeah.
Just.
I mean, you would be getting hit with gamma radiation, so you would.
I would assume that would kill you.
Right,
radiation would.
Yeah. I guess we'll take a break.
But yeah. But if you're in an underground bunker and then you came out, then.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, then you'd be dead also.
You can't take your atmosphere in the bunker.
But then
with
you'd be like dead also.
That's a break.
Hey, this is Julia with Wake Up Beaumont Podcast. You are listening to the A to Z Podcast. A to Z Podcast Studios are funded in part by patrons on Patreon. If you would like to become a patron, visit patreon.com/A2ZBMT.
You know what I like to do, Aaron?
What's that?
I like to get on Instagram and follow hot girls with those little like black and white tattoos, the little tiny tattoos they put everywhere, and the interesting, you know, like designs they do.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, models getting tattoos. Tattoos are hot now.
Okay, that's right.
Tattoos are a pretty big thing, and if you want to be a sexy girl or boy on Instagram with a tattoo page, go on down to Black Cadillac Tattoo Parlor for all your tattooing needs. That's 6362 Phelan Boulevard, Beaumont, Texas 77706. The proof is in the skin.
I guess so.
409-892-2022, and you know, give a call, get on Facebook and Instagram or anything like that, and you can
get
schedule your
marked
appointment.
up for life.
That's it.
And if you would like to advertise with us, you can always email us at feedback@atozpodcast.com, where you can, you know, pick our brains and see what we can do for you guys. We're very willing to go above and beyond for any local business over anything else. We really would like to support local business and help the people that support us.
Anyway, back to the episode, Mr. Will Young. We're going to watch some plane crashes now.
There's so much money in that flat Earth or that round Earth, you know.
Let's look at some
There's
damn
so much money in it.
rocket launches. You got any on your page?
Oh yeah, I got 2.
Okay.
I've shot 2 personally.
Everybody, we're back on the break. We're talking to DeepSkyDude over here, Mr. Will Young. Third time return guest. Third time?
Yeah,
Third time.
Hell yeah. I love
from
having a return.
from the house to here.
To here again.
From the dining room to 1.0 to 2.5.
I think we're at 2.5.
2.
We're approaching
2.6.
3.0.
Yeah, we're like 2.65 right now.
Awesome. Yeah. And then like episode 100.
Yeah, we're at Windows ME.
Y'all are in the
Windows
120s now, right?
Yeah, we're in
You'll be
you'll
123.
probably be 121. Oh yeah.
123. Oh, perfect. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Well,
Look at how well that works out.
Actually,
Works out well.
yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Look at that.
1, 2, 3. DeepSkyDude. Huh.
Beta 2.
How about that? Okay, so where are we going for the launch?
I don't remember what the other one was.
We're gonna go
videos. Yeah.
So y'all can go to YouTube.
The other one was like episode
youtube.com/DeepSkyDude.
Yeah. You can Google search DeepSkyDude. You'll find the YouTube there.
Go hit him, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications.
Smash it, whatever that means. Also, you can just go to DeepSkyDude.com, and I have all my links now in one place.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, TikTok, whatever.
Wait, did you shoot that?
Yeah, I was looking at all this.
I didn't shoot that.
Yeah.
I did tour that airplane though.
Where are we looking?
Go
for?
a little higher. I think it's.
Yeah, look at all this photography.
Yeah, I've done a lot of different videos. Go a little bit more.
Oh, I remember the solar outreach with the kids.
So
that was cool.
There's Miko. Yeah, so that's the either one of those is.
This launch video.
Yeah. So this was December 20th, 2019, before the world went to.
Whatever it is now.
To hell. It went to hell.
How did it sound?
So did this.
It's that's one of the coolest things. And Zach, you've got to go out to check it out for the sound. It sounds like the sky is being ripped in half.
Wow.
Because it is.
Like you're ripping the atmosphere open. And then, but see, the VAB is back behind you and to your left, the vertical assembly building where the shuttles and everything, the Apollo rockets were built. It's a 38-story building. Yeah, and you hear this.
It goes ba-ba.
Yeah, and it's a ripping sound, like you're ripping metal. Like you can hear it there, like a thundery tearing.
A clap.
Yeah.
Like,
a million tiny explosions.
I mean, you can hear it. Even through whatever you're recording it on. Yeah.
And these are.
I've never heard it sound like that, but it makes sense now. Yeah.
The engines that Boeing are using on this is the Boeing rocket. This was Starliner. It actually failed to make it to the ISS. It was going up for a resupply mission, and it didn't make it.
I've always wondered this. Okay, so in all of these launches that I ever watch, how come the craft starts making a parabola, a curve, instead of just going straight up?
Because
we're spinning.
Well, that, but you couldn't. Even with all the fuel in the world, really, you couldn't launch yourself straight off of Earth. We're too heavy.
Really?
You have to launch yourself into, so we're spinning, like Zach said, so that's why we always go east.
But they're not
almost always.
Aerodynamic.
We're turning it like 1,000 or so miles an hour.
So you get that kick.
Even if they're aiming straight up, the Earth is going to curve and it's just going to start.
Yeah, but you're going to go with the same spin.
What you're trying to do is get enough altitude and speed so that you can fall around the Earth perpetually.
Yeah. But isn't this the shortest distance between 2 points a straight line?
Yeah,
so to use less fuel, wouldn't you just go straight up?
But then you don't have the angular speed to keep you up. Eventually, Earth will pull you back down.
It's also physics and you're pushing against the atmosphere.
You need that momentum to keep you up.
It's
if
a force.
Slow down.
You don't want your force to be going perpendicular against gravity. You want to get at an angle.
Yeah. So that's why we go east.
Slicing instead of
if you go east, you use 1,000 miles an hour less fuel.
Yeah.
Because we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
You're going with it.
You can go west, but you need to put more fuel on board the vehicle.
Yeah, you're going with the spin.
Yeah, so you always launch east. Really, that's why they're trying to launch out of Boca Chica, which is pretty cool down here in Texas, because they can launch east over the Gulf.
Right. Okay.
And not kill anyone.
In case something happens, right?
But yeah, so you can see I think that's the solid rocket boosters that are falling off behind there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you
They're
always.
igniting.
What was cool is for this one and the last one that I saw this one.
Why is the color changing?
Sunlight.
Is that sunlight?
It's actually it's
it's like a
dark
mist.
on Earth, but at that altitude, the sun
It's still there.
is up.
Yeah,
right?
because the sun's still hitting them.
Yeah. So, but I did this one in a SpaceX launch, and before both of them, we saw the International Space Station come over in the same trajectory.
Whoa.
So, and then we knew kind of where the rocket was going to go because we saw where the ISS came and went from, and you have to match the
Right, because they're doing
thing.
this.
So they're
it's like,
kinda
it's
like-
like doing this.
He's like merging onto the International Space Station highway.
Yeah, it was a car going by, and they were kind of getting on the on ramp. Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool.
Now they didn't make
thousands
it.
of miles above the Earth.
They didn't make it with this one
Hundreds?
because
Thousands.
hundreds.
Hundreds. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Thousands.
200. It's like 300 miles or so.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about
It
space
does-
station?
it seems like
Space
it would be
station.
more.
Yeah, space
It seems like it'd
Yeah.
be so much more to be out of our atmosphere, but it's only like so far. It's
Our
crazy.
atmosphere is very tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people don't know this,
Yeah.
or
The-
people
the
don't
moon-
realize this.
The moon is like 200,000 miles away, I think, right?
250,
250, 250,000
give or
miles
take.
away?
Yeah. At closest, it's 230,
Yeah.
and furthest, 245.
Yeah, our,
15,000 miles makes our ocean go.
Yeah. I did lose the vehicle this time
I like
because
that's a good joke. I like that.
I was checking something. I forget what I was doing, but I did lose the vehicle. So then I had to find the stream, find the vapor trail, and then I'm back on vehicle. Which I'm glad I got back on the vehicle because
Is
can't
it
even-
that?
you
Did,
can't even
you
see the
borrow
vehicle,
like a
you
big
can-
ass lens?
yeah,
for
I
that?
rented a lens for this. Yeah,
Like
and
a
this video
6,000
this video has millions of views on
$600
TikTok and
millimeter or
stuff.
something like that.
But you literally
It's a
can't
set
even
600.
you can't even see the vehicle. All you can see is
Is
the
the
look
eject- yeah
at
because
that.
we're behind and under it.
Oh, you see that?
You know, that was the main engine cut off. Yeah.
That was badass.
So now the vehicle is just like floating there, and then the second stage turns on.
You luckily caught it like at the right time. Like,
Yeah.
you got it back on. And then-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now these launches are beautiful. This is a different type of technology than what SpaceX is using.
Right.
Now, right here during a SpaceX launch, the main stage is going to turn towards the second stage and turn itself on to come back to Kennedy, which is the
So
second
cool.
launch that I caught.
Can we watch? You got that?
Oh
one?
yeah, but before you go, you can see the fairings coming off the aero skirt of the Starliner.
The
That's
jettison. Yeah.
yeah. So the little fuzzy thing is the vehicle,
Yeah.
but all the stuff
What about
glowing
that
around
bright-
it
that
are
big
the
bright
stuff
thing?
it's
Yeah.
shedding, like as
yeah.
stuff goes up, the parts that it sheds. And so you're talking like the fairings for the Starliner and stuff. I think the second stage, so it's then on a different stage at this point. So all of that is falling around the Earth together, and it's cool once you see this and you get a perspective of how it looks in the real world.
Yeah.
It kind of all starts making a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've done it before where you launch a rocket straight up, and because you don't have that angular momentum, you'll never have enough fuel to get away from Earth.
Yeah. Wow.
It's impossible. If you can get in orbit or be falling around it, it takes almost no fuel to get away.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you've gotten all that forward momentum. You just
Yeah.
gotta.
No. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, so I think the SpaceX.
I mean,
one,
So most of the fuel is just to get to where you're just very on the edge.
Until you're perpetually
on
falling.
the edge, yeah, low Earth orbit is
Yeah.
what they call
Jeez.
it, and that's like you said, it's not that far up.
Yeah.
But to get weight up there, you have to do that. You know, you have to
Hey,
explode
this is
a
all
lot
well
of
and
things.
good until they build that ladder.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying. Until
yeah.
they build that space elevator.
Well, until we get some some material breakthroughs, nothing like that is ever going to happen.
It's like
the strength.
graphene.
the carbon nanotubes
Yeah, the
or whatever
carbon
they're trying to
nanotubes,
develop. Yeah. If we can get that far, maybe.
Yeah.
But the forces exerted there.
No,
are
they're gonna-
you ain't gonna catch my ass on that thing.
They're gonna build a space elevator. You watch and you see.
I have
Let's see
like
this.
I get on a bridge and I'm like weirded out. I know as a
They're gonna-
pilot that sounds
They're
weird,
gonna
but
build a space elevator. Carbon
Yeah.
nanotubes.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
made
the
out
one
of
that's-
aerogel.
I don't know if I'm
We'll
gonna
see.
ride that thing, but so then the SpaceX launch, which would have been the one, there it is.
That one.
Yeah, CRS 20.
Remember that video they did where SpaceX like launched in LA and everybody was taking.
Oh yeah,
SpaceX
yeah.
has such good production value for their launches. Like
Yeah.
it's incredible. Like
Well,
they
it's
got hosts and
yeah,
like,
yeah. They do a good job.
multiple locations.
And you can even say that about their actual launch too. this was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It was the creepiest thing I've ever seen because this was a midnight launch, I think, or it was around midnight. I forgot. I think it was just on the thing, but I forgot to look. But I remember it being late. So it's dawn above us again, like way up there, but it's not anywhere near dawn where we're at because we're still on the dark side of the earth, right? But when this vehicle gets up to its MECO and when it separates and it turns that first stage on to come back, it creates this nebula. And
because it's hitting like the sun's light?
Well, the two rockets are pointing at each other, you know. And you'll see that here in a second. And it's the weirdest.
Sounds like it's more of a party, too.
Dude, there was a bunch of us there. This was a NASA social. It was a bunch of cool NASA nerds.
Look at that fuel, man. Like, how much fuel is that?
It's a lot, yeah.
It's like 100 feet worth.
they forgot to fuel it the whole way.
Well, I wish it was easier.
It's like thousands of feet tall, right?
I think this rocket is 250 or 300 feet tall. These aren't like the biggest.
Smaller.
These are the, I think, the Falcon 9. I don't know much about SpaceX. I'm not a SpaceX nerd. I like rocketry. I'm more of an astronomer, though.
Right. Wouldn't it be cool if there was like an easier way to get off this planet?
Yeah, it would. This rocket sounded cool. It didn't sound as cool as Starliner, though. The sound.
It sounds like a badass like moped or something. Like a space moped.
A V50 moped.
This
really long thing.
Like a heavy metal moped, man.
Yeah. But you can hear that sound bouncing off the VAB if you watch this video in headphones. You can hear, even I shot it on my Sony A7S with that same lens. I rented, when I got invited to both these events, I was like, I'm renting that lens again, you know. And so that
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now you're starting to see pre-dawn.
Yeah, because he's up now in
oh yeah, they're thousands of feet up already and moving.
And from your perspective, you're looking through darkness and you're looking into the light. Yeah.
Yeah, and see their fuel is different than back in the Apollo days. They used a different type of fuel, so it left a smoke trail. Whereas these newer rockets are using a different type of fuel system. So it like looks cleaner,
oxygen,
but it's really not. It's a really dirty process. It's really dirty process launching
back in
a rocket.
Apollo days, they were using propane. I'll tell you what.
It was RP1.
I mean, how much pollution do you think these things are putting out?
A lot.
It's some of the most pollution you can.
I think it's like 10,000 commercial jet liners for every line. It's something like that.
But it's important.
It's a lot. Yeah. Starlink is very important, which is I won't even go into Starlink.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this photo and these videos because it looks so fantastic.
There's the engine shut off. Now the rocket separates and the main stage is turning itself to come back home where we are. And so second stage ignites and we see that, and now the first stage is going to light itself on. There it goes. And it's coming back now. So the vehicles are separating and leaving each other. One's going to the space station, the other's coming back.
It looks like some anime shit, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like a Kamehameha.
I got Goku going Super Saiyan 50 times a day.
Because that was the big photo that got put out after this happened because it was so like amazing looking.
And
people were just like,
and the color is
incredible.
the dawn. You know, it's the light, it's the stuff mixing, and so you can see the one vehicle up top.
Special.
The one vehicle up top is coming back. And that vehicle is going on to the space station.
See, that's the coolest thing about like the SpaceX.
SpaceX is trying to do like relaunchable.
I don't even care if they get off. I just feel like, I mean, I don't want the pilots to die or anything like that.
Right.
But
they're just now started launching people.
But the landings, though.
Yeah.
The landings are so cool.
They just now started launching people. Well, back with
what are the
DM1 or whatever it was.
What did he name the boats?
The retrievers.
Of course, I still love you. Yeah.
I mean, he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's a Steve Jobs character, and I get it.
Yeah.
But like, it's still fucking. I'm so happy that's.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's a major part of our space program at this point in the United States.
You know, I hate to say anything negative about anybody, but I have my feelings about Elon Musk, and you know. It is what it is. You
have feelings about him?
If I had...
What are they?
They're very strong feelings, too.
Are they really?
I won't go into them here, but if I
know.
had billions of dollars, I'd be playing with rockets, too.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I wouldn't be making decisions like he is with the vehicle, the car floating around.
Oh, you wouldn't make a spectacle.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
he wouldn't
to
have
me
launched the
that
car.
to me that kind of stuff.
Kinda
It's
gross.
It starts bordering from hey, we're gonna test this out to like trying to put a show on, and I get that. It's okay.
Yeah, he's a showman, man.
You got to get people excited.
That ain't me. Yeah,
You gotta get people
but that
excited.
ain't. He's already got his fan base excited.
He's trying to win a contract,
and
dog.
they're great. SpaceX is wonderful.
He's trying to win a
Well,
contract.
he does have
He's
a game
got-
show president,
look,
and he had to launch a car in space because his game show president would be like, "That's pretty fucking
That's
cool."
Yeah.
Look, he's
Yeah,
got
I'll
he's
fund
got
that. Let's
he's got
fund
Jeff
that.
Bezos on his heels.
I think it was before though.
He has Boeing on his heels.
Probably.
Like there's all
Yeah,
these
it
other.
was.
It's a private sector now. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got to do something to stand
He's
out.
hired. The good thing about Elon Musk is he knows how to hire.
Yeah.
He knows who to hire the other people that need to be hired. And he has good ideas. He also has really, really bad ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Hyperloop
Hell yeah.
is a disaster that's been hilarious.
Is it a disaster? Is
Oh
it
my
not
God!
working?
If you look at what it was at the beginning,
Yeah. I
now
thought
it's
it
something now it's like a subway.
Are you
with cars.
Are you talking about the
It was
bank
supposed to be
tube?
a vacuum tube.
Yeah, the tube. Yeah.
That sucked you from.
I think we
South
should have got
LA
Dyson to do it. Dyson should have done it, man.
Well,
Dyson should have done it.
Yeah.
the problem is creating a vacuum that large. It's just no way.
Yeah, because you're gonna
Nature
have rips and
abhors
you're
a
gonna have
vacuum.
like rips and tears in your It's not.
or terrorist activity, or
if you just have one little crack, it's not
derailment.
gonna be a vacuum anymore.
Yeah, man. I mean, think about any Honda Civic you've ever driven.
right.
if you just have
You
one
one little
crack.
vacuum leak.
So this is
Everyone's
the
like, shit.
this is the main vehicle burning. It's falling back to Kennedy.
See, that's kind of scary.
And
though,
it's
'cause
slowing
you got a
itself
rocket
down.
coming toward your troop.
Well,
y'all, how far away y'all are?
We
Like a
were
mile?
like 4 miles,
4
or
miles?
5 miles from its landing point, but it could have gone the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're pretty good at this point.
Yeah.
They can land it on a barge. They can land it on land, and they do, man, and it's great. But one of the things about these reusable rockets is they're finding out is it's actually almost more expensive
Oh yeah.
to bring the rockets back.
Yeah.
Because this
more fuel.
process,
It's more
this
fuel.
I just
process.
want to get. I just want things to advance. I just
Well,
want things to get better. Will.
Look,
It is
I know,
advanced,
I
it's
get
just
it,
a
but
little more-
reusable
Yeah, but-
might not be the way. Reusable might not be the way because the stress on these vehicles is intense. And by the way, one of these rockets is at Johnson Space Center now, right here in Houston, and you can go walk around it,
Well-
and you can see what this does to that thing.
Is there-
Like you can see it.
Is there any like happy things we could look at in space?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, no.
No,
really.
space is a cruel mistress.
Space is a pretty dark place.
We ended the
Yeah.
last segment where we were talking about deaths, and now we can't even save money on these things, which is the big argument. And it's
Well, let's be real. NASA was the first reusable. I mean, the Apollo capsules were reusable,
Right.
Even though they really weren't. They were meant to be
The space shuttle was reusable,
used again, but the space shuttle was the first actual reusable.
Yeah, it was reusable.
But look what happened to the space shuttle.
they just retired it.
We wore that sumbitch into the ground, and that's when the sound caught up to us. By the way,
Oh,
because
yeah,
we're so
'cause it was
far
that
away.
far away.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
a double sonic boom. It's
Yeah.
like pow, which is pretty cool. But the space shuttle was reusable, but this is a dirty process. Going to space is incredibly hard to do. That's why they call it rocket science. That's why that's a cliche. If you go look at one of the orbiters, like Atlantis is, I believe it's at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. So if you ever go down there, you've got to go see Atlantis. I mean, that's like one of the main things you do there.
Yeah.
And they've got it tilted on its side, and you get to walk around it, walk below it, and kind of look at it, and just look at the vehicle, and you can see it's the actual vehicle, and you can see the stresses that are imposed on these things because they're moving,
think about the
10,000 miles
forces.
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To match up with the space station, you have to be moving 17 to
17,000,
18,000 miles an hour. Yeah. And that's what the space shuttle really did. It really kind of built the International Space Station. It launched Hubble. It did all these amazing things, but it was very expensive to launch because it was a glider strapped to a Roman candle. I mean, that's what it was.
I
Bottle
mean,
rocket.
the amount of like aerodynamic drag
Yeah.
that thing could have added.
Go
to.
stand. Y'all have to go stand next to the orbiter at either Johnson or Kennedy Space Center. There is one.
I've done it before, but when I was like,
I've stood next to the
There
Saturn
is one
V.
at Johnson. It's a 1-to-1 scale. It's not an actual orbiter, but it's a 1-to-1 scale. But man, I mean, you stand next to it and you're just like, how did they ever get this thing? And they have a 1-to-1 scale of the fuel tank and the solid rocket boosters at Kennedy.
What's
amazing.
What's that phrase that some astronaut used to describe what it was like to ride on it? It was like something like riding on a candle or something like that.
I know what you're talking about, but I
to,
can't think of what he said.
See if I can find it.
I've always been curious about the process or the feeling of being launched, because it's a constant, that feeling when you get into a car and you ram on the gas, you're pushed back.
But then it wanes.
Yeah, because eventually we can only go so fast.
Yeah,
and it's constant. And in fact, they throttle the vehicle down. Almost always, they throttle the vehicle down to keep the same amount of G load on the astronauts.
Right.
And then eventually, when you,
we're the weakest part of the whole rig. So
I don't even know how we can
exactly
get,
right.
I don't even know how we can get there without just becoming liquefied. Like how we can actually possibly get a human off the planet.
Yeah.
Even. Because that's what a lot of talk has been.
That's why it's more important to send
a lot of talk has been drawn toward if we want to deep space exploration, most likely will have to be done with drones because
of course
we won't
would.
live that long.
Probes, yeah.
Of course it would.
And it's and that's a fact.
But why would you even want to?
I'm just
and we're
saying,
already doing that.
I'm just saying.
Voyager,
but the fact that we could even figure out how to get ourselves off the planet without becoming liquefied or burned alive, like some of them have.
We are a species that is just barely gained the technology to leave the planet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're too stubborn to die.
I mean, what the Kitty Hawk flew in 1901 or something like that. Yeah. So we're only 120 years from the invention of flight.
Yeah.
And we're living in space as a species.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible, but you've seen what we've had to do it. If you watch a shuttle launch,
you remember
it's insane what has to happen.
In the late 19th century, people exclaimed that flight would never exist beyond hot air balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hot air balloons fucking suck.
Yeah. They're not
steerable.
Who would sensibly get on a hot air balloon?
You won't catch me on one
Come
of those
on.
things.
I would get on an airship like a Zephyr.
There's no, how do you can't go around the world in 180 days.
I'd get on the Goodyear.
No.
You can't do it.
No.
Because I'm crazy.
Do it.
I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't catch me on one of those things because, like he said, it's really not steerable.
Yeah.
You're gonna just you're riding in a pocket of hot air. That's you're
that's
just hot air
that stream.
It wants to go up, and you're because of physics. You as a species, you're sort of figured this nonsense out. There's no way. Yeah. I have trouble, like I said, going over a bridge.
Oh, in a wicker basket.
As an adult.
Yeah, but you're
in a wicker basket. No way.
And we might be completely wrong, and I'm completely willing. If anybody is like a hot air balloon expert, then come and talk to us. Come tell us we're wrong. But I'm just saying, like you always see the pictures of the hot air balloon festivals. You always see them when they're in the air. You don't ever see the landings. Because they're all landing in somebody's fucking field.
Well, they're just rough.
20 miles away.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They're all landing in somewhere randomly. They don't just land in the same place. They have a nice day. It was a fun festival.
Not unless they have a lead on them. Yeah.
And you're really dependent on a day with those things that's really nice and clear with no real wind.
Yeah, no turbulence.
Because wind will blow you off in some direction. You will. The idea is to kind of go up and then come back down.
A lot of funny videos.
I remember when
horrific videos from hot air balloons.
Oh yeah, I would never get on one. When we did the eclipse in 2017, there were people that right before totality came over in Casper. There were people that went up in balloons. And I'm like, not me, no. I have trouble with heights, like I said.
You're like, put me in that single engine Cessna
those helicopter
I can
tours.
Take that.
Those helicopter tours they do at some festivals. I get on that thing.
Yeah.
With that thing that you just go diving over the valley and doing crazy shit.
That helicopter's an abomination of nature.
All damn day.
It's not aerodynamic.
It does not want to fly. Helicopters do not want to fly.
They do not want to fly.
But I would do a helicopter tour.
Can we watch that video of that guy fucking up?
Which one?
Talking about plane stuff. The one that you posted the other day.
Talking about plane stuff.
The guy that just hung it into the warehouse.
Oh. Why did that guy not kill the engines?
Let's just watch it.
Well, let's go break it down while it's
okay. Yeah. I guess he got throttle lock like your first time on a motorcycle. And it's like, all right,
your
look up Cessna crash and then filter it recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll probably show up. This guy?
That's one of them. That guy's
this guy.
Yeah, we can start with that one.
Did he die? I don't see anybody dying.
No, there's no deaths in a Cessna crash typically.
Really?
Well, there is. I'm not trying to joke about that.
Let me see Cessna.
There.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Look,
one.
student pilot.
There he
crashes.
is, right there.
It.
That's him.
I recognize the
So-
angle.
He's coming in for an approach here. I mean, okay, so he's landing the aircraft.
Yeah.
He's got his hand on the throttle,
Full throttle.
and then he rams the throttle. Now, this is something you never do.
He doesn't turn it off.
You don't
He's pulling up.
Yeah,
He's pulling up.
you don't take your hand off the throttle ever during takeoff or landing.
Yeah, he fucked up.
How did he survive that with minor injuries?
Well, I mean,
They're made to crash. I mean,
not really, dude. Go push on a plane. It's just this. It's like aluminum foil.
But how did he just
It's crazy thin, but he got lucky. It ripped the ring off. The
wing
ripped
off, yeah.
the wing off,
Yeah.
and really probably the plane just kind of spun into the side of the thing.
Yeah.
But there was so much wrong with that. I mean, so he's coming in for a landing, and he's doing it right. You got your hand on the throttle and your hand on the yoke, and he should have backed the power off like he did, and then he got on the ground, and then he got off center.
he got like throttle lock or something. Yeah.
No, he just got off center. He wasn't using his pedals effective. When you get on the ground, the only thing that moves you or steers you is the pedals. So he touches down and he's off center line, but you see he's starting to drift to the left.
Yeah.
So instead of using right rudder, he just full power.
Yeah.
That's no. Because he's thinking in his head, he's thinking what his instructor told him.
He just slammed that full throttle.
He's thinking, well, this is his thought process. My instructor told me that if the landing is going wrong, full power, go
Take off
around.
again.
And just come.
Togo, take off, go around. Because there's no harm in coming in and being like, I don't like this, full power.
Because he just
And
lift
then-
right back off.
Yeah, and then tell the tower or you tell traffic, hey, I'm going around. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So he's thinking about go around, but look where he is on the runway. He's all the way to the
he's
left.
like 45-degree angle right
and
now.
now he's going off the runway. He should be off the power and
he's
on the
pulling up.
brakes.
He's pulling up.
which are on your
He should be
toes.
on the brakes.
He looks
yeah.
like he's thinking he can just pick it up over this building.
Yeah,
But
that's what he's thinking.
But he's gonna be bouncing and
And
like,
and
but
now
like he
he's-
almost gets it. Like he goes up a little bit.
Well, okay, yeah. So he's got an angle of attack that's really fighting against him. So when you're pulling that far back, your wing is actually just slapping against the
Just
wind.
slapping,
It's not
yeah.
creating any lift. So he's actually slowing himself down.
Yeah. He's creating a lot of drag.
But he's got full throttle in, and all
He's got
he's
full
doing
throttle,
is like,
and then nothing
what
but
is he looking
drag.
at? Is he just looking at his
I don't know. I've looked at the video in pieces like this, and you can see he's got
Look
it
at
all
his
the way
face.
over as
Look,
if
he's like, Shh, I'm going in this building.
Let me just pull it with both
That's when he
hands.
starts making noises.
Yeah, you can see him trying to get away from the building. He's trying to but he's doing everything wrong. I mean, this isn't going to turn the aircraft because there's no airflow over the flight controls.
Everybody, he survived.
Look, he's bracing.
He survived. Yeah,
He's
Look at him. He's
bracing.
just like,
yeah.
He's bracing.
And then what happens here? And the GoPro is, you can see the whole left side of the aircraft crumples.
Oh yeah.
he got
Which is
banged
what
up.
saved him.
He got banged up.
Yeah, he probably
But
got some bumps and scratches.
He dodged the right way though.
It's a good thing the airplane wasn't solid, or he would have been jacked
Just
up.
gone right through the hangar.
Yeah.
So what's that? What was
Go
that
to that other one. Yeah,
This one?
this kid is hilarious because he's wearing. He's got his flight uniform on.
Is this in a?
He's
My mom
obviously
brought me this fight.
well, he's probably at a flight school.
I was
in
about to say,
his
is
defense.
this like a
This is another one where
video game?
This is another one where he loses control of the airplane on the ground. You have to fly the plane to the hangar.
This looks green screen.
You know what I mean?
You fly it all the way to the hangar.
You
I
do
think.
because even when you're on the taxiway, a wind could come and blow
it
your
can fuck
wing
you
up.
Yeah.
You got to be ready. So he's off center, and he's not correcting it with his feet. That's what he should be doing. He should be using his
and he's
right.
going left.
And now he's off the runway.
And he stopped his rudder.
And now he's going to plow through one
Oh.
and two signs, and then
Oh, that
and
wasn't
then
that
flip.
bad.
And then flip.
He's okay.
Nope.
yeah,
No, he just nose down.
the plane was doing
He's
a
okay.
handstand. And then, oh yeah, he's totally fine.
He.
And he's like, oh,
He's like, God dang, I'm gonna turn
I'm
this
in
off.
trouble.
let me get this.
Let
let me get
delete
the
this.
evidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is amazing that the evidence was still there for us to
Let's
watch.
look at more plane crashes. As long as nobody's dying in them.
Yeah, I don't think anybody dies in that one that was recommended, but some of those don't look like very survivable. There's I haven't seen the student pilot fails, but that's probably pretty good. I don't know. You got to be careful with some of these fail videos,
Oh yeah.
especially when they open with a narration such as this.
I'm not going to sit here and talk through the whole thing. We'll get it going. Got a couple
This is like a flight
Dartboard's a
instructor.
good sign.
Yeah.
say thank you for
I need
He
you to
lives on the
subscribe to my
airport.
channel.
Yeah.
subscribers that have came onto this
He's like an
Smash that like button.
Smash it.
Whatever
And
smash means.
It means you hit it
That means
hard.
you hit that shit.
It means you don't just click subscribe. You
hit that
smash
shit.
subscribe. You
Yeah,
understand
you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
smash it.
Smash, actually, it just means that you subscribe and you also tell your mom to subscribe too.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it means.
Is that what it
Smash
is?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
It's
it means.
It is now.
yeah,
It is,
it's
that's
a
what it is.
defined
That's lore
word.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone out there, actually go and tell your mom to subscribe to our channels. She doesn't subscribe to anything.
DeepSkyDude.
And then, subscribe to A to Z Podcast.
Your mama has a
DeepSkyDude.
YouTube account. So
She's got it. Tell her to subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell her it's
I have a lot
good
of
for your
I have a
grades.
lot of moms that subscribe to my stuff and let their kids watch the Mooncast and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's all rated G.
Yeah.
I don't go.
Dude, this is a 2-minute introduction.
I know. You
You
should
should-
see
you
some
should
of the
try to get
flying
on,
videos on Sims where it takes 15 minutes for them to talk you through how to start a fictional aircraft. Anyway,
You should try to get on the YouTube's kids, man.
no, there are algorithm stuff that really screws you if you do that, and I think it turns your comments
I don't
off.
mean
Yeah.
I don't mean with your channel. I
Oh.
mean you should just go out, record some moon, like really with not any
Yeah.
narration, and just
Well,
start a YouTube kids channel.
a lot of my my postcards from the moon, which is just that. It's like just video of the moon.
Is this guy landing in a golf?
It's engine failure.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Is he landing
And a golf course,
on a
yeah.
golf course?
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
What a badass! Look at this guy.
The thing about golf courses is that one, they're easy to spot from the air, for real.
oh,
Two,
nice. Good job, bro.
These
they're
people are
That
just
was his
standing
third
here like-
flight. He said third solo flight. Like,
Yeah.
He did great.
yeah, that was an
These guys are like-
amazing
He did
save.
great.
Did you guys
Yeah.
just fucking see this
Yeah.
airplane coming
Yeah.
He
here?
did great, man.
Like they're like, are you okay?
He fucking did great.
But no, golf courses. I think Harrison
Yeah.
Ford has landed on a golf course.
I thought he landed on the road.
That's what
He landed the wrong way on a taxiway too.
Oh, okay,
But,
yeah.
I think it was a golf course and now a taxiway. Harrison Ford, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody revoke his license.
He flies
Yeah.
planes that probably should be in a
in
museum.
a museum. That's what I've heard
Yeah.
too. Yeah, he likes to fly. He flies.
It
No.
belongs in a museum.
But he does. He flies these planes that are
he flies,
antiquated and
analog. Like
Well,
planes.
yeah. They're just very old. They're historic.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He's such a badass.
God, he is such a bad. That.
He is Han Solo.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Fucking he's fucking Indiana Jones.
What is going on with this?
This is
man?
the wind
Deckard?
picking up his left wing.
Oh,
so you can see his left wing is trying to fly, and he's just going off the runway. Now he's hard left on the brake.
So
Just
you don't
hit- yeah,
like.
just hit
I
brake,
think
bro.
you comment or you said something
He needs to have his flaps
where
up.
I read something where you don't stop a plane with the tires and brakes.
Not really.
Yeah, you can't. Like you have to use.
That's to slow you down and
Yeah.
to bring you to a stop later. Yeah, you need to be on your speeds.
Yeah.
If you're on your air speeds on approach like this, and they're all defined, they
Oh,
tell you
shit.
like 70 knots.
Oh.
You know, so okay, I'm gonna come in at 70 knots. This is a STOL competition, I think.
Wow, that was like the shortest
Oh.
stop.
So a short takeoff and
Oh,
landing.
look at it. It's
Yeah.
really light, huh?
Oh, dude, the
It just
planes.
kinda just
Planes
was-
are
he was-
kites,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
They're kites.
He was trying to like take off and he was trying to land in like 100 feet.
That's a STOL competition, short takeoff and landing.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
He was trying to land like
they try
literally
to
within 100
land short
feet.
Oh,
and
we
they
got
try to
the
take off
Russian
short.
video.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and
flew
what's
too
cool
close to
about
the sun.
aviation is if you learn aviation in America or anywhere in the world, you can do it anywhere in the world.
Yeah, we all use the same sky.
And
right?
well, and we all use basically the same systems. Yeah.
Yeah.
for like charting
And
plane
English
flights.
English is the
That's
international
that's the aviation language.
Yeah. So if you're a pilot in
Oh dang, he's riding that wing.
Fucking just breakdancing. That's style points right there.
That's
he did that on
that's
purpose.
definitely the wind. Is it? Look, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the wind.
that could be the wind and ground loop.
That was the wind.
Ground loop is a problem in tail dragging aircraft. Now he's
Really?
he's just missing a wheel. So something
Oh,
happened
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
lost it. Oh my god, he lost his wheel. You notice he has the door open.
Yeah.
That's a smart pilot.
He was ready to jump out.
Yeah, if
no,
it catches on
because
fire.
that's the only door in and out of the aircraft. And if the airframe gets twisted, that door can be welded shut, and you can't
Oh,
get out of the
you can't get
aircraft
out.
that's on
Oh, wow.
fire.
Wow.
Ugh.
So the
Wow.
one thing you do,
So he's like,
you get on that door, put a jacket in the door or something, because the air is gonna want to close the door. So if during my pre-flight briefings with my passengers, it's gonna be when I get passengers, like when I get
Yeah.
friends that go
like
with me.
us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be if something happens and we're going down your first thing
That
to
must
do.
have been another short takeoff. and
Yeah, they
landing,
were trying to
yeah.
land on the beach. Yeah, but it's open the door. Get the door open and just hold it open so we can get out.
I'll put my life in your hands. I don't care. I'll do it.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, if you'd ride a motorcycle with someone, it's about the same accident rate or risk.
I
rate.
would drive
Really?
the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Fine.
would ride with
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. General aviation, because there's a lot of people with a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
and less brains.
Yeah.
They buy these aircraft, and typically, and I mean, none of those were the case, but
It sounds
a lot
like
of
RC.
it
Sounds like the RC world too.
Yeah,
a lot of money, no brains.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the astronomy sometimes too.
Yeah.
You know, you get some strange ones out there in the field, but you know, it's a thing that you can get into if you have enough money, and if you can pass the test, you're all right.
Yeah,
you're gonna
it's
be
just
fine.
like driving a car. You just have to have the money to pay for the lessons.
Yeah, and then but then you get out there and you make a stupid mistake, and that makes everyone else's insurance rates go up.
Yeah.
And it makes the general aviation community look bad because you got a guy running out of fuel right before he gets to the runway of a place because he didn't calculate the wind. And that's unexcusable in this day and age.
Yeah.
Back maybe 50 years ago when they were still learning this stuff and like you had to do it on your own. Now the apps
you
do it
didn't have
for
the
you.
Weather Channel. Like,
Well,
come
the
on.
apps do it for you. You say, I want to fly from Beaumont to Galveston.
And there's
And
an
the
app
app
on your
that-
phone that'll
Yeah, and
calculate
it's like $100 a year.
how much fuel you need.
Yeah, because it knows which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah. Wow.
And it'll
So
say,
this
well,
is the
you're going
wind
to have
you're hit on your
Yeah,
flight.
they're
on
gonna
the-
say
you're gonna have a headwind.
You're going to have a
and-
4-knot headwind, so you're actually, if you think it's going to take 10 gallons, it's actually going to take 12. Just
Yeah.
a little bit more because of that headwind.
yeah.
Because when you're up in the air, there's no road to just
Wait a
go
minute. Are you
along.
telling me that it
You're-
only takes 12 miles of fuel to get from Beaumont to Galveston?
Well,
gallons.
it just depends. Depends on what kind of plane you're in and how fast you get there.
a
and
single
stuff.
prop Cessna that's like 20 years old takes like
They usually
12 gallons.
It's like 10 gallons an hour, or
Okay.
10 to
Yeah,
15 gallons an hour, and it'll take about an hour in a 172. In a 182, it may take about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on what you do. Like you get, and in a Cessna 182,
Yeah.
you can like floor it.
Those things like drink some fuel. Yeah.
They do. Yeah, the Cessna's going to use a lot more. The 182 is going to
is
use
it-
a lot
is
more
it-
fuel than the
What
170.
kind of fuel is it? Is it like
It's called avgas,
avgas?
aviation gas.
What's the octane? Like
It's
compared to, like, what we
100
have?
octane.
It's jet fuel.
Yeah, well, almost.
Yeah.
It's still different than Jet A, but it is, and it's lighter. It's 6 pounds per gallon.
Because that's important because the more gas you put in it, more
Yeah.
weight you're carrying.
And
the
we
less
know,
gas you-
and we know as pilots how much gas weighs because we have to.
You have to.
Because
Yeah.
if I'm going to carry you two, I'm going to know you're about 180s. So and you're going to sit in the front, you're going to sit in the back, and so I'm like putting all this in, so I know how much fuel to put into the
You
aircraft.
think he weighs 180?
Well, I'm just saying.
You think I weigh 180?
180s.
You always
well, you're an
It's an
overestimate.
average. Yeah, actually, you took a good
Between us
average.
is about
That's a good
180,
average.
yeah.
Yeah.
You always overestimate a little bit because y'all might have a camera bag or
right,
something
right,
else.
Right. Yeah.
You gonna
So-
take us on a plane flight and kill us all?
I'm ready, man.
I mean, we'd go out like Buddy Holly if that was the thing. I
mean,
guess.
ready.
I
Yeah.
mean, might as well.
They're
You
they're
be
actually
Buddy Holly.
ridiculously stupid though.
you be Buddy Holly.
No,
you
what
be
was it?
Richie
What, you know
Valens?
about
I'll be
their
the big
accident?
bopper.
Oh yeah. They were in a Beechcraft V-35, which is one of my favorite aircrafts. Unfortunately, nicknamed a doctor killer. Because a bunch of dumb rich doctors in the 60s went out and bought these affordable aircraft and flew themselves out of fuel or went up installed or got the worst is going from visual conditions into where you
to, like,
can't
cloudy,
see
foggy.
ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
instrument.
Yeah,
instrument
and you don't
company.
know how to fly instrument, and you
Yeah.
don't know how to get out, and because it only gets worse. And then, so you're going down because you're panicking, and you either overspeed and do something stupid, and your wings rip off, which is very rare, or you just run into the ground, which is bad too.
That's what happened to.
Damn, Sky, you scary.
That's what happened to the basketball guy.
What? To
Yeah,
Kobe?
yeah,
Yeah. Kobe's in a helicopter.
They went,
Essentially-
they went into fog.
yeah, and the pilot was pretty much rated to do so, but he got in over his head.
Yeah.
Because there's still situations where you don't need to go into. But well, that's what happened with the day the music died. They were playing a show somewhere. I forget where. I don't know the exact details of all of this, but they were going to take a bus to somewhere else. But it was winter, and a lot of the roads were frozen and stuff. So they were like, "We're going to put you on the plane and get your gear to y'all and the band and whatever.
Right.
Your bands later." So they put them on a V-35. It was like 2 a.m. and it was snowing. So that's known icing conditions. And ice is horribly bad for aircraft if you're not
imagine,
ready
yeah.
for it
Yeah.
because all it does is stick and build.
And then you're heavy.
So you get heavier,
yeah.
and you also lose your lift
Yeah.
because it changes the shape of your wing.
Right.
So
you get all bubbly.
and then you can't tell how fast you're going because your pitot tube froze up. The pitot tube is the thing that sticks out, takes in air, and it helps you know how fast you're going on your airspeed indicator.
So you don't know how.
That when that gets
you
frozen
still
over,
look-
you don't
yeah.
even know how fast you're going. It says 0 knots,
Yeah.
and you're still flying along. So they all four of them got into this little plane, which was basically almost overloaded. if not overloaded. And they put an inexperienced pilot in a situation that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
They flew out, immediately got into IMC, or instrument meteorological conditions, and the pilot couldn't do it. He couldn't hack it, and they went in sideways and they cartwheeled across, the Nebraska or wherever it was, needlessly. They should have never got themselves in that situation.
Yeah, well,
and
they didn't
it's
know.
unfortunate. They didn't know.
They didn't know.
The pilot,
had no idea.
The pilot
just
probably
trusted.
should have known he was the pilot in command. He should have said, like, no, I can't do this.
Should have like put their ass on a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They would have actually got there. And the guy, the owner of the flight, whatever,
Was a doctor.
he was
Out of Beaumont. It was
Maybe.
out of Beaumont, right?
Doctor.
I don't think so. No,
They weren't leaving Beaumont. I thought
No.
that was Stevie Ray Vaughan was leaving Beaumont, I think.
they died in a plane crash too. And I think
don't know.
that
was a
was
helicopter crash.
Was it helicopter? Okay. I don't know much about that one. But this particular one, and he actually says that he contends that this is not about that crash.
Well, that's what the crash is called.
Yeah. that's I guess that's what the headline.
Yeah.
The headline read. Yeah. The main one. But it's a stupid thing that people do, and then it makes general aviation look bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Commercial aviation has almost a nearly perfect record.
It's got all the checks. Yeah.
But they do a
Don't fly
lot
private,
more.
folks.
Well, if you fly private and enjoy aviation because it's mostly safe. It's safer than driving.
It's definitely safer than riding on the back of somebody's motorcycle. It's definitely safer than that.
I don't want to ever do that
Well, I
again.
think-
It's safer than that. I don't know. You said that. I was like,
we're gonna end it on the
I don't
high
know if
note.
I'm gonna do-
Yeah.
That good lyric that going through the air.
Is that what it is? All right. Well,
Happy fall. Thanks
Happy
for coming
fall.
back.
Yeah. Finally some cool weather, man.
Yes.
go outside and look at the damn moon.
Look at the
Yeah.
sky.
Look up.
Look at
Look
the
up.
sky but when you look at the sky, have that mentality, that realization of what you're looking at. If you're looking at the moon, understand that it's 250,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Miles
And-
away, sorry.
Yeah.
So
and
a 250,000
We're
miles
on a
away.
rock
let it-
flying through space, and we don't know what's going on.
Let it make you
Spaceship
feel
Earth, man.
small. Let it make you feel small.
That's exactly right,
Yeah.
because
Let it
that
make you feel
will
small.
humble you out, and it
Yeah.
will make life make more sense in some
Yeah.
ways.
Deep Sky Dude, Will Young, thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me,
Hat
guys.
trick.
Do you have any
Patrick.
things you need to drop? Follow him everywhere. Deep
Not
Sky
really.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the next album is in the works now. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
hell
volume 4 is probably halfway written. So I'm excited
Go
about
follow.
that.
Go follow him on
and,
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, all of those,
All that stuff.
It's all out there. Y'all know where to find me. So, and find me through these guys or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing what y'all do, and I want to say that I'm very proud of y'all because I've watched this whole progression, through the
It's all
whole
him.
the whole
it's
way
him.
No,
It's
it's
all
this
him.
guy.
It's all him.
from
It's this
y'all's
guy. It's all him.
from y'all's dining room, essentially from the old dining room right to here. It's been awesome. So keep it up, and I appreciate what y'all are doing. It's great. It's great.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
And,
y'all
and
later.
watch them.
Watch him. Watch him. Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
Tell your mom to go smash it.
Smash it.
Oh, I love science. Thanks, Will. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for just doing what you do, man. You're spreading the love of science. You're spreading the joy and people looking up at the heavens and seeing we're just a little tiny small piece of the universe, And I think more people should know that. They stop being such assholes.
That's right. Except for these next folks, they're pretty big, and they're also really smart. These are our patrons, and a special shout out to them. We have Jordan Stringer, Brian Castino, Doug Waldrop, Michael Sarr, Ben McClellan, Randy Edwards, Allie Gillette, Allison Pierce, Lauren Bebo, Wes Harden, Jacqueline Stockdale, Damon Rambin, Hannah McMahon, Nicole Tony, Henry Brown, and of course, Will Young himself.
Will Young.
If you want to join the Mensa group that we just rattled off, these very
really smart.
big-brained, big very wrinkly brain group, you can head on over to
Not
patreon.com/A to Z BMT, where you can join these big wrinkly brain people, where you can pledge $1 or a reoccurring amount, whatever you want to do. We'll be happy. We'll say your name here at the end and give you some weird compliments like big wrinkle brains.
Big wrinkly brains. Next episode, A to Z 124, Viviana Lopez is going to come on and represent Beaumont Animal Care and talk
That's
about
right.
all the things that they do. It's a city property. They don't kill any animals, And really, none of the local ones really do in Beaumont.
We've learned a lot. We've been a no-kill city for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And if you come back and listen to this, we'll tell you exactly how that has come to be. We'll tell you exactly what kind of hardships the city faces when it comes to this. You'll also learn a bit that there is an abnormal amount of cat colonies. So I won't tell you anything else. You're going to have to come back and listen.
Lock your cats up. Keep them inside.
Get them spayed and neutered.
Get them spayed and neutered at least.
Jeez.
God. I hope we lost listeners with that one.
I don't know. You know, anybody that doesn't get them spayed and neutered is a big smooth brain.
Big smooth brain.
That's smooth brain.
That's smooth brain.
That's smooth brain stuff right there.
I think people that let their cats just roam around the neighborhoods are smooth brains sometimes.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't care if they're spayed and neutered, and that's okay. Because when they're spayed and neutered, they get fat and like unathletic.
Yeah, so they can kill less birds. Right?
Yeah, kill less birds and stuff. And, yeah. Anyway, you'll come back next episode.
We're obviously a dog show.
Hear about dogs, hear about cats, goats,
feral cat colonies,
city fowl, all that stuff. Anyway,
see ya.